Today's video is on black bullets, a historic sweet that's been popular in the northeast of England for over 200 years. The miners of the Northumberland and Durham Coalfield sucked and crunched the strong peppermint boiled sweets whilst working underground in hot and dusty conditions. A tin of black bullets, or the loose variety, are a regular fixture in pockets and shelves in northeast homes today. They've long been a part of the northeast heritage, from Dainty Dinahs toffees, tyne mints to Wilkin's red boy toffee. So I'm really excited to delve into the history of the black bullet, probably the most recognisable sweet in the region. Our love affair with the sweet treat began in the 19th century as sugar began to be shipped directly to the region from the West Indies. It was originally sold by the bag to sweeten tea and to incorporate into baking, but shopkeepers realised they could make more money by boiling the sugar and creating confectionery. Bonaparte's ribs were a lollipop named after Napoleon. On a tour of a sweet shop in 1847, a writer from the London magazine Punch learned how Bonaparte rib sweets supposedly got their name. It's thought that the popular lollipop was chosen because Bonaparte's name was in everyone's mouth at the time, so it was very naturally supposed that his ribs might get into the same position, and thus a large sale would be ensured for the new sweet meat. The original inventor was not mistaken, for he retired on the ribs in less than 3 years from the original time that they were first manufactured. The black bullet, made from sugar, glucose and peppermint oil, started out as a memorial to the musket shot that killed Nelson at the Battle of Trafalgar, with the term bullet thought to have been coined after the round mints were originally made in the moulds for musket balls. Napoleonic sweetmeats are different to what we would consider a sweet today, with the recipe for Nelson's balls from an 1866 cookbook being: take 3 pounds of flour, half a pound of sifted sugar, the same of butter and a little essence of lemon. Mix this up very stiff with milk, put it in a cloth for half an hour, then break it smooth with a biscuit break or rolling pin. Mould them into small balls about the size of a walnut with your fingers. Bake in a rather quick oven and put into the screen to dry. This is the type of thing that you'd be looking at if you gave the recipe a go. It sounds more like a bakery item more than confectionery, but it was probably quite decadent and sweet compared to their usual diet. Obviously, throughout time, sweets began to resemble the boiled sweets that we know today. Did you know that the original black bullets sold on Tyneside were thought to have been almost as lethal as Nelson's musket shot? A chemical analysis in 1824 found they contained a large quantity of lead, probably from the old musket ball moulds that were made from lead themselves. That didn't put off the pit people of the northeast, but eventually the name Nelson's balls made people feel a bit uneasy, so they were rebranded as Nelson's bullets and then eventually black bullets. The word bullet with a northeast dialect is for boiled sweet, being so popular that every pit village had their own bullet shop. The miners of the Northumberland and Durham Coalfield developed a taste for the strong flavoured long-lasting bullets, especially as they worked in hot and dusty conditions where dry mouths were a constant nuisance. It's thought the peppermint flavoured balls of boiled sugar helped to keep their mouths moist while giving them a sugary hit of energy for long shifts underground, as well as tempering cravings for smoking, since they were not allowed to smoke down in the mines. During World War I, many miners formed the backbone of the Durham Light Infantry and the Northumberland Fusiliers, and of course had to bring their well-loved black bullets with them. Local sweet manufacturer Maynard, which was located in Ousburn, received thousands of letters from the Western Front asking for their precious black bullets to be sent there. However, they were criticised in 1916 for wasting valuable sugar for the sweets. Mr. J. Hennell, a well-known firm of confectioners, was inclined to resent any allegation that confectionery, especially low-priced sweets, is a waste of sugar. And Mr. Runciman admitted that sweets have a good effect when he states that in the army the consumption of liquor has gone down and the consumption of sweets has gone up. In the same year, another local sweet manufacturer was granted exemption from military service on the grounds that their work was good for morale, despite the chairman of the tribunal saying that these were not the type of bullets needed on the front. Nowadays, the black bullets are mainly manufactured in Sheffield by Maxons under the name Jesmona, which is thought to have took its name from Jesmond after they bought the brand name in the 1960s. The Jesmona black bullets were first manufactured by Johnson Dodds & Co. in a warehouse situated near Newcastle's quayside and on the milk market. I couldn't quite believe that this was the site where they were made, as I've walked past this unassuming building so many times. Johnson Dodds & Company was formed in 1887 by William Johnson and Colonel William Dodds, operating as wholesale grocers and tea importers from premises within the big market. In 1891, they leased the End City Mills warehouse at Milk Market to become their sweet factory for the black bullets, being their headquarters until the 1950s. And whilst the bullets were perfect for the miners working underground, they were also ideal for those working under the sea, being a unique choice for the submarine crews of World War II. If you meet a man of the submarine service with his cheeks swollen, he hasn't necessarily got toothache. Probably he is sucking on what is now one of the favourite delicacies of the service, a bullseye or a black bullet. The minty strong taste of the bullets was just enough to take the edge off the servicemen not being able to smoke on the submarine, with a jar of boiled sweets taking the place of a jar of tobacco or a packet of cigarettes. I love this picture of Commander G. Phillips in 1940, inviting Captain J.S. Bethel to sample a supply of black bullets, which were delivered by the Evening Chronicle War Fund. I wonder what he thought of them. The fund scheme was set up by the newspaper to provide a little comfort for the boys in the submarines. On duty, they cannot smoke, but they have found nothing beats boiled sweets, bullseyes, black bullets, lemon clips, and all the rest. Northern men are playing a big part in the submarine services, and the scheme is specially designed to enable our readers to provide these men with the black bullets of victory. The scheme had an immediate response from the big confectionery factories, with Maynard's given 100 weight of the black bullets in 6 tins, whilst Welsh & Sons was sending 100 weight of boiled sweets in the name of North Shields butcher Mr. G. Pyle and paper shop owner Mr. Browell. Mr. Welch and a friend had another idea, arranging for some products to be prizes for their workers, with all proceeds going to the funds. As American imports of gummy sweets drifted onto British shores, the traditional sweet of the past was under threat. Gobstoppers, black bullets and slab toffee were some of the sweets that were under threat of disappearing because of soaring costs and lack of demand. Whilst researching, I did find this curious article that references black bullets being used as a cough remedy. All you need to do is mix some bullets with vinegar. It sounds absolutely awful, but if you're brave enough to try it, let me know what it's like. You might be wondering, where did the Jesmona name come from that's now on the tins? Jesmona was first used in 1904 as a brand of photography plates sold by chemist Alwyn Dyson in his shop on Granger Street, being a reference to his home in Jesmond. The brand was registered as a trademark in 1906 and was used by a grocer from Berwick who exported tinned fruit and vegetables for the next few decades. Johnson Dodds & Co. acquired the brand name and began manufacturing sweets, distributing 120 tins of Jesmona black mints to dancers at the Oxford Gallery's ballroom in Newcastle. It's thought they changed their product name to Jesmona Black Bullets by the 1950s to distinguish their sweets from Dodson of Willerton and Welch's of North Shields. You might be thinking, why on earth did I buy loose and tinned? Well, I went to Asda to try and find the tin, and I don't think they actually sell it anymore. So I went to this really charming little South Shields sweet shop called Mr. Swainton's, and I bought the tin and also the loose variety, who I'm assumed they're made by a different supplier, someone called Lime. But it's really interesting that there is different suppliers of black bullets. I was so impressed by Mr. Swainton's sweet shop, so I had to share some clips of inside. The shop is on 106A Westdoor Road in South Shields, and you cannot miss it because of the incredible window display and the vintage style signs on the frontage. From the outside I could see all of my childhood favourites, alphabets, bonbons, candy sticks and so much more, and there was even more jars full of treats on the inside. Of course I made a beeline for the black bullets tin first, as that's what I needed for this video, but who can resist picking up a few more bits whilst they're in an incredible sweet shop like this? I know I can't. There was vintage music playing in the background, and it genuinely felt like going back in time with the vintage radio and old shop counter. I had to have a good look at everything to see what I remembered from childhood. There were so many favourites that I'd forgot about. Then it was time to get the loose black bullets weighed. I also got some alphabets, milk chews, and a 10-pack of these sherbet blocks that I used to get at the co-op when I was at school. I definitely recommend going in. They have something for everyone, and I could have bought the whole shop. So please give me other sweets to research their history so I have a chance to go back. So these are the black bullets close up if you're not from the region or if you haven't seen them before. They are sort of the musket balls that I've been explaining about. So they are really popular. They're not really my actual thing. I'll take it out of speak. They are definitely a subtle mint. I don't think they're as strong as they used to be. They used to be sort of blow your head off strong. They're not really that anymore, and I don't know if people complain that they're not as strong. I tried these a couple of years ago on another channel that I post on, and I really didn't like them at all, but actually that one is not too strong, because I don't really like the mentally strong mints, but this is a little bit more subtle, so I can see why they're really popular in the region. I just wanted to pop one at the end of the video just to say thank you so much for watching. I really enjoy food history, especially with a northeast twist, so if you've got any more videos that you'd like me to do, whether it's about stotties, ham and peas pudding, any traditions that you think that you would like to see from me, I'd love to hear from you, because I'm so excited to make more videos on YouTube, longer form, and to really share what history we have in the northeast. It's not until you really delve into it that actually there's so much history behind what we actually do in our regional life, and it's really nice to share. So please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and leave any comments down below of your memories of black bullets and what you'd like to see next from me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!